My name is Poppy, and I'm originally from Minneapolis, Minnesota. I'm 38. I have 2 children. I went through most of my life going through molestation and rape as a child. And with that comes, you don't think you're worthy of love. You don't think you're worthy of anything. And with that, it's just something that really hurts when you're a young girl. Something's taken from you, you can't get that back.
Amen.
So at the age of 13, I came off here on a family vacation for Thanksgiving. Lo and behold, in the casinos, what's there? Money. And a gentleman offered me $100. So at 13, no self-esteem, no self-worth. I said, I have me. I'll give you me for $100. That's when I sold myself. That's when I started losing a bit of Poppy, right there. It took me until I was 37 to get Poppy back.
Thank you.
At the age of 15, I was working at a Speedy Mart in Brooklyn Park, and that's when I was recruited by 2 girls and a man that became the father of my son and also my pimp for many years. I wanted somebody to love me, to tell me, good job. It didn't matter. I let him use me. I used myself, I guess, because I wanted somebody to love me. Along with that came the drugs. You want to use because you want to forget. You want to pretend that this is real love. That it's okay for somebody to say, go out there and bring home that money. Oh, if they're saying, hey, good job, your daddy's girl, good job, you're going to do it. That's not life. In 2004, I came out here to Las Vegas. Like most of us, we know that the human trafficking, sex trafficking is so prevalent here. All the young girls that come through here, they don't have a voice. I want to be a voice of a woman that came through and came out on the other side of that. I went to a call at the Tropicana, and the window was broken open, and there was a chair in front of the window. Well, you know, casinos on the 11th floor, their windows shouldn't open up. But me, being high, wanting that money, went in anyway, knowing I should not go in. And sat down, and all of a sudden the man said, I wanted to get up and leave. Something just wasn't right. And he said, the only way you're leaving here is out this window. 11 flights. I was scared. I said, God, I don't want to die. Screaming, fighting, kicking. Do you think anybody would help me? Little old me? No. No security, no neighbors, nobody. Only God said, okay, I'm going to come and help you. This man got picked up and moved. Lifted, you guys. Lifted and moved so I could get out that door. Does not stop you though. That one incident of seeing God's hand work physically, I was busy getting high. 20 minutes later, 2 hours later, I was on another call. All because it was a cycle, kept going. 2008, I got a call that I needed to go home. My son needed me. Me being a product of molestation and rape, and you trust your child with family members. You wouldn't think that the man that is your son's grandpa would be capable of molesting a 13-year-old girl the same age I was, and then having her killed. I had to go home. I thought I was saving my son. I wasn't, guys. I was a bad mom. I was using drugs. I was selling myself. I didn't know who I was. But I thought because I was physically there, I was being a good mom. Mentally, I was out of the game. I was still in the game, trying to win, you know? And it was a hard thing. I thought I had my life together because I spent 3 years away from here. So I got a call to come work at a place kind of like this, working with girls that were 13, 14, 15, coming out of the juvenile court system. God said, you're not ready. You're mentally not ready for this. You're still stuck. God shut every single door, slammed it, slammed it, slammed it. Want to know what the first thing I went and did is? Went and got high. I started answering phone calls and putting same girls I was couldn't go stay out behind those doors, doing what I was trying not to do. I wasn't ready. I was still stuck. But God knew He had to pluck me up out of that right then and there and say, no, you're mine, and I'm not going to let you. I had Annie LeBear, I had my uncle, and my cousins praying me. They prayed me into this facility. I wanted to be able to still take my Klonopin, guys. I thought I was okay because then I was turning to prescription drugs. They're no better than smoking meth. No better than shooting up heroin. They're just as bad. It's just a government's way of for me to get hooked. So now I've been here 8 months, going on 9 months, clean and sober. God knows when to place you in somewhere where He can work on you, because since I've been here, I have went through more with my child, my family, because I'm actually doing something good for God. I've had more CPS cases dealing with my child back home. I've been shaken. I've got bad news. I've tried to run out the door. Tina back there. She ran after me. She prayed with me. She said I'd be okay.
You're all right.
Because God knows what He's doing in your life. He really does. God knew I had to stay here, because what kind of mother would I be if I didn't allow Him to complete the work He started in me? I want to be a good mother. I can never remember my new verse, so I had to use a cheat sheet. Because you change it when things hit you and your life starts changing. My plans for the future in the Bible, in Proverbs, my old verse I stood on, it said, many are the plans of a man's heart, but it's God's purpose that prevails. So I have no plans. God has the plans.
That's right.
So the verse that I stand on now is, but whenever someone turns to the Lord, the veil is taken away. For the Lord is the Spirit, and wherever the Spirit of the Lord is, there is freedom. 2 Corinthians 3:16. Freedom, finally, and that's what I'm looking for. Thank you.
And
Jacqueline will have Jackie give her testimony, if that's okay.
Amen.
Good evening, giving honor to God, to His Son Jesus, the pastor, and all of you here. My name is Jackie. I'm 54 years old. I was born and raised in Texas. I always wanted to be a school teacher, so I went to school. I did that. I was married. I have 5 children, 4 boys, 1 girl. I moved to California in the late 80s. I was introduced to crack cocaine. By 1990, after purchasing a house on the west side of Las Vegas, my house was raided. My world was turned upside down. From high school to college, all I'd ever done was taught school. I began doing anything I could to support this habit, which went from social addiction to an everyday use. I did any and everything I had to support my habit. I gave my children to relatives who took care of them because I wasn't worthy to be their mother. I felt like I wasn't worthy of anything. I went in and out of stores, taking their merchandise, returning it, getting their money to support my habit, living on Fremont Street, motel rooms every day, struggling to pay rent every day, to eat every day, smoking anywhere I could, anywhere I came. This went on for over 20 years. In August of 2012, I was arrested, one of many times. I did the compass. I did every jail in Las Vegas County, Clark County, Northtown, City, Clark County, and my last one was Henderson, where I called the Walter Hogan home and did an intake. God does not discriminate.
No, He doesn't. No, He doesn't.
Neither does Satan.
Amen.
I had to make the decision that after doing 4 months in jail and was about to be released into the free world, is that really what I wanted to do? Because I wouldn't be free. I did the intake at the Walter Hogan home and I was accepted. Sylvia, our party director, showed up in court for me. I wasn't even in court. I was in front of a monitor. But I heard this voice say that I was accepted and there was a bed there for me. And the judge released me. She asked me, was I sure it was a year commitment? And I told her, yes, I was. I knew at that time in my life, I had more years behind me than I did in front of me, and this was my last chance. I always had a relationship with God, nothing like the one I have now.
Amen. I
know that He lives inside of me today. I don't have my children, but I know He has His hand on them as well. And I'm so grateful to the Walter Hogan home, for all my sisters that are behind me, that strengthen me, that teach me, and let me know that I am somebody, and that God loves me, and He has a place for me, as He do us all. Thank you.
How long have you been in? How long have you been in?
I've been in the program, it'll be 2 months Sunday. The verse I stand on is Romans 6:23, for the wages of sin is death, but the gift of God is eternal life in Christ Jesus our Lord. Amen.
message, I just want to say, I know where you come from, because I've been there. I've been where you've been. You don't know what it took to get me saved. I felt your pain, and that's the reason why I decided I had another song that I was going to play, but you know what? I wanted to play that for you and for all of you. And for everybody in here that's been through something and know how, where were you when God rescued you? Some of you heard my testimony that I've been here, that I was saved in the dope house. That's where I was. I was in the dope house. But that doesn't tell you nothing about what I was and the things that I did before then that would bring tears to my eyes and make me say, thank you, Jesus. I go to the streets because I'm from the streets.
That's right. It's all right.
I go to the prisons because I'm from the prison. I reach the lost because they know I've been there and they listen to me. I'm not no joke. I'm not fun. This is my life. I shoot from the hip. That's right. I'm out to destroy the works of the devil. And this is what I do. And I love doing it. And I'm good at it. That's right. Because the devil taught me how to kill, steal, and destroy. And that was a talent. And God turned that into a talent. Now I kill, steal, and destroy the works of the devil. He always asking about my testimony. Before I get started with the rest, I'm going to give you a quick testimony. I had a calling on me. I had a hit on my life from before I was born. My father, being Mexican, married a black woman. And that set up a chain of events. And they threatened to kill me and my mother. My father had the largest narcotics bust in history from the year 1954 to the French Connection in 1972. He held the record. When I was young, he was in the federal pen. So I didn't even have a father at home. My father was in the family of the oldest cartel in Mexico. Just recently, I heard that they arrested a young man, 16 years old, from the same cartel as my father now. And he was arrested for killing 300 people, 16 years old. I made a promise to my mother before she died that I would never get involved in that cartel, that life. It's because, as a young man, while my father was in prison, they set out to kill me several times. They went so far one time, late at night, my mother came in and she got a phone call late at night. And she got me up, she said, boy, let's go. Get out of bed, let's go. I got up out of bed, and I don't know where we went, but I know that she was taking me to school that morning and our house was leveled, it was blown up. And a block away, I seen my so-called step-uncle walking around. You see, my mother didn't realize that it was the cartel that owned the apartment where we was living at, and they found us. I remember living in Lamert Park in LA. And once again, I was laying in the bed and we could hear something. My mother came and she woke me up. She said, boy, don't move. Stay here in the bed no matter what. You see, God gave me a protector to see to it that I grew up to be what I am today. My mother cocked that automatic and said, whoever it is, you better get away from this window. I'm going to shoot you. But instead, they jumped through the window. Took down the blinds and everything, and all of a sudden they were standing in the middle of the floor when my mother started wailing them off. And they jumped back out the window. My mother said, stay here. And she cocked it and put another clip in there and ran out. And I could hear them running up and down Stalker, all up and around 4th Avenue. You could just hear the guns going off, you know, as she had a shootout with my own family. And then, hey, that's just the beginning here. That's what he asked me. He always talks about that cartel part of the family, but you know what? I still ended up going in the wrong direction. I went, and in 1989, I was declared dead. I had swallowed some drugs, trying to run from the police. Oh, let me tell you something about my father. He got out of prison, I was still young. And my father molested me. And so I didn't care too much about him either, you know. But you know, it didn't, you know, and so I spent my life, I think I was crazy because I wanted to prove I wasn't no punk. And so I did everything I could, and tried to be as bad as I could, you know, to prove that I was all man. I got away from my dad when that happened. So I wasn't stuck there where I had to be there. I got away from it. But in 1989, I was running from the police. I used to sell an average of a quarter key a day. And there was a time that I would take an ounce and stash it, sell the rest. You know, a quarter key is about 9 ounces. And so I would sell 8 ounces a day, and I would stash 1. And one day the city ran out of dope. I had plenty of dope because I had been stashing it. And so what I did is, I went and got me a hotel,